Hello everyone. I know it's, I know there's no one yet, but I'm just gonna say hi. Just hi for now. So today this is the second part, second English live through Momenti's live. I'm just gonna wait for people to join, and I will be announcing the hi Vivix. I'll be announcing the subject of today. So I'll just be gathering people, more people. Ouais, ça va et toi? I'll just explain very quickly in French. Aujourd'hui, je vais pas faire. Ce sera pas en français. C'est pas moi qui fais le français. C'est ma mère. Pardon. C'est Madame Gila MP qui va faire qui fera les lives en français. Et moi, je viens faire les lives en anglais. Le mercredi. Généralement, c'est le lundi. Mais aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi exceptionnellement. Mais j'espère que toi, ça va. Je suis juste en même temps en train de gérer le live d'un autre côté. Et en même temps, j'attends d'autres personnes. Sinon, t'as passé une bonne semaine? Je vais parler avec toi en attendant, vu que tu es le seul qui voit actuellement. J'attends. Je sais pas, je vais peut-être me mettre en live avec moi-même. Bon. Je vais attendre. Ouais, ça va, j'ai passé une semaine assez. Bon, le début de la semaine, il était un peu chargé, mais sinon, j'ai envie de faire un truc en même temps. Ça a été une semaine super chargée. Bon, all is well. All is well. Je vais passer en. Oula. Je vais passer en anglais. Ok. Normalement, ça devrait aller là. Comme ça, that way, people are going to get access to the English live through knowing that I'm on live with this one. We'll just wait for a little bit more people, and I'm just going to mention the live topic. We'll just wait. I'll just probably speak about it for a while. So the live topic today is about if love is found or do you search for love? This could be from Hello Gila MP. This could be from searching it outside, like on websites, or this could be in your workplace, this could be a school, it could be anywhere. Are you okay, Gila MP? I'll just try to share the live on this side. Hello. So we'll just wait a few more minutes. I also am supposed to have a guest today, but this guest might or might not show their face. I've got the chair ready for them because it's a live guest, but we're just gonna wait and see how it goes. You're not bad. That's good. That's very good. So I'm gonna type down on the comment what's the subject for today. Let me put my glasses. There we go. So the subject, I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. The subject is, do you search for love, or does love find you? So that's the subject for today. I'm gonna pin it down, and I'll just see if there's any more people. grab your teas whilst you wait. I got my tea, my hot peppermint tea, and we'll probably just give it a start. Oh, it's really hot actually. Um, just bear with me because I've got the guest right next to me. I want to know if she's okay to join me. Are you okay to join? No, it's fine. It's fine. She won't join us today. But thank you. She won't join us today, but she might throw some comments here and there. I'll just move the chat. She might throw some comments here and there, and yeah, we'll just comment on that. So the topic today is a kind of interesting topic because it's a topic where everyone how do you call it? Everyone is basically in the search for love, if that makes sense. Everyone is somehow seeking for this love in their life, and it's very important to figure out if whether you are personally, if you are looking for love, or if you are just allowing it to fall on your lap, like one of my friends said today. And in life, it's a thing that you need to discover to an extent where you need to find out whether you want to find it or you want to let it just flow. I remember I was actually talking with somebody today. I'm just gonna try and see if I could actually get that person here. I was speaking with someone today, and this person was like, um, oh, how, like, do you find love or do you actually just let it happen? And I said, it depends actually. It depends on different things. It depends on your life circumstances, like your life situation. It can depend on if you need it at the moment, and it actually depends if you seeking love in general. So I think this topic, it'd be nice if some people could jump in. I don't know, I'm seeing two people watching. Oh, it's probably me. It'll be so nice if people could just elaborate on it. I'm just gonna wait. Maybe people are not aware that I'm on live just yet. But I had some few notes that I wanted to share, but I'll just wait because I think it's best if everyone was to hear it and was to hear the notes rather than just me speaking about it. Oh, not going by. It's all good. But I'd say, in my point of view, I think you search for love. Well, to an extent, you could search for love. People could search for love, but then again, I think it's better if love was to come to you naturally, in a sense, because when you search for love you have these criteria, like you want a tall, handsome, with, I don't know, muscles and whatnot, and sometimes life doesn't actually give you what you want. And the fact that you had in your head this idea of like, yeah, I want this type of love, it kind of change your perspectives in life, and it could change other stuff in life. Whereas if you were just letting it flow casually, if you let your mind, like, okay, do you know what, love is a complicated thing as a whole, and we should just be like, I know you should just probably start loving yourself first. Like, you should just go with love yourself first, and then go about the way, like, maybe I should find love. Oh, hi, baby. I think it's a, what's it called? I think it's a very important thing to do first before searching for love. I think you should just search your own love before going out there and finding love, because the criteria that you would have or you would want to have might not suit you as a person. And hi, Punel, it might not suit you as a person, and therefore maybe it's going to kill the whole idea of searching for love. So I guess you should just let it get to you rather than seeking it. What do you think, Gillette MP and Penel? What do you think? Do you think we should search for love, or does love find you? I think you're probably typing. I'll just wait for you to type. And don't hesitate to ask questions. Hello, Lady Boss. Hi. Because how can you love somebody properly if you don't love yourself? Yeah, that's absolutely true. Love finds you. I can agree more with you too. And can I ask you, why do you think that love finds you, Penel? Um, if you don't mind answering this question. And oh yeah, honestly, some people would disagree. Like people will disagree to an extent, um, because it's a very I'd say subjective thing. Because again, I think personally I would agree because somehow we already know how to love, and then if you let love come to you, you'll know how to recognize it, and therefore you'll know how to pick it out. Whereas if you were to search it, um, hi Dahlia, if you were to search it, it would be harder to even figure out whether it is love or not. That's another thing that we need to consider. How do you know if it's love? Let us start by. Yeah, that's it. How do you know if it's love? I think that we are born, we are already born with love. This strong feeling, like people describe it as butterflies in your belly. I don't know if you had butterflies in your belly. Maybe I did. I really don't know. But love is something that you're born with. I genuinely believe it. You're born with love. And then um, over time, you're starting to develop it for yourself. You're starting to learn that, okay, this is, for example, I'm going to take this very simple example. Everybody goes through it. Puberty. Everybody goes through puberty. And puberty sometimes can be a hard phase for people, and then sometimes it can be a very easy phase for other people. How do we define love is how we received it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. There's also the way how you receive it. For example, if you have a childhood where your family is all about saying compliments to each other, that's a form of love. If your family is all about um, making sure that everything that you have, you're gonna have everything that you need, that's a form of love. If your family is all about um, I don't know. There's different ways the family can give you love, honestly. But it's not only the family. There's also the environment. Like there's also, I say, community. A community where you live can affect the way you perceive love. Uh, yeah, honestly, family is the key to love. You're right about that. For now, I'll give you a like for that one. What's it called? Um, family is one key. Then there's also your community around you, your neighborhood, your your neighborhoods, your neighbors. You you kind of get this like you know that you have an affectionate neighbor if they're like hi how are you, if they don't say that to you or they look at you sideways, you know that okay they don't have this kind of love for you or they don't have this kind of I'd say respect. I classify love in some form of respect to an extent. If somebody respects you, then they're more likely to love you. So if you see that there's respect around you, then you know that there's love. If there's no respect around you or there's no form of kindness as well, then you know I'd say you know that this is not love. And that's what you need to start seeking for. That's when you know that this is love. This is what's with you. I think kindness, respect, um, boundaries. I just got one shouted out. I got boundaries. That's another thing as well. What else? we can think of. Security, to an extent as well. I believe that we all define love according to what we have experienced. That is very true. But we all gonna agree love is kind, respectful, and patient. Yeah, that's it. Patience as well. I like that as well. I really like how you elaborated it, Lady Boss. Um, I think when you realize and you know how to define love through words, just the way they were explained right here, you know then how to look for love, or you know how love found you. And let's not forget, some people, I think nowadays generation does not look for love the right way. Like we all look for love in a sense where, oh yeah, she's pretty, or she has this amount of followers, or she dresses like this, or she wears wigs and she doesn't, like. But I don't think we should look at it this way. I think we should look at it in a sense where if the person respects you as who you are and like you the way you are, if this person is willing to break an arm for you, if this person sees that, for example, you're struggling with something for so long, and then they're like, do you know what? I'm just gonna turn the other cheek, and I'm gonna wait until this person grows, and then they start evolving. Then that's the true meaning of love, and that's what you need to. If you were to seek for love, for example, if you're somebody that's seeking for love, I think you need to look for this instead of looking for appearances, looking for bank account, looking for Instagram accounts, because nowadays it's all about this. It's all about the cloud, like we call it. You should be looking for these three factors that we kind of elaborated on right now. And if you let love find you, just make sure that whoever you're gonna be with has these 3 points of views that we also elaborated on, which are kind, respectful, and patient. I want to pin it down as well.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, do you want to join? Okay, so my guest wants to join, so we're gonna have a conversation. Actually, I just need to go back to my comment. I don't know where I've put it because I can't pin both comments down. It's fine. So I'll let her introduce herself. Are you sure? Come on, it'll be fun. I'll let her introduce.
Next to you.
Oh, do you want to sit next to me?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one of my close friends that I've met in uni. Yeah, we met in uni. That's ironic. Wait, that's like 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. So it's 3 years now we met each other's. And and then I thought it'd be so nice for her to join. Oh, hello Morgan. Oh, I'll give you a little heart. Wait, actually, these ones. So I'll let her introduce herself and then I'll read the comment below.
Hi, I'm Christina, and practically with my sister right now.
Oh, cute. Yeah, she's like, basically, just to put in context, she's 1 year older than me, but it doesn't seem like it. It doesn't. But basically, Christina is like, in terms of not actually relationship, because this topic is a bit mixed with relationship and love.
Oh,
In
yeah.
terms of relationship and love, Christina is somebody I go to, or we go to each other's and talk about it.
Yeah.
And I like how sometimes she elaborates things. Oh yeah, so you have greetings from Oxford.
Oh, wow.
And then you have greetings from France with Gilla and Clee. And basically, she's literally, we just go each other's whenever we need anything. We're like, girl, what do you think of this? I do think that this is not the right way to think.
Yeah. We help each other along.
A lot. And just to go back, so that was the comment that Lady Boss said. She said, I think what we're saying, it's more the character of a person that you love. But love is more about action, manners, rather than how people are. It's more about the way you treat others. Yeah.
I think that's true.
Do you want to elaborate on it?
I mean, that is true, but then you have to understand that love first of all, takes a while.
Yeah.
But then once you're in love, that kind of feeling won't last for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then that's like a different type of love they have to fall into, which is quite uncomfortable sometimes, because you will fall for the person with their character and their like mannerisms, but it's kind of like once they stop doing that, it's like, okay, what happens now? And then you're gonna have to try and find that love again with that person. Or if you're lucky enough, you find someone and they keep with those mannerisms and their characteristics for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
But also as well with love, people change in relationships and
That
marriages.
is very true.
And so it's kind of like you fall in love with this type of person, but they could just change and change again and change again. And so it's kind of like, don't just look for love in one way. Like understand that love changes. Everything changes. Like the season changes, the weather changes, emotions change. So that's the same with love. Love changes. So understand that like you kind of have to accept different types of love, even in one person.
Honestly, that is so true.
Yeah.
Like I like how you mentioned that people change it. Like people change even through love and relationships.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to learn a new kind of love again. You're gonna have to be like, listen, now you're not even the same like the first time I met you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to deal with this. And that's the patience part of love. And kindness as well, because you know at this point you're willing to kind of be hurt just for a while until this person get back on track. And that is that's when you know that okay, that's true love and that's a beautiful form of love. There was a it happens a lot. Yeah.
And people change. You're allowed to change. You know, you're allowed to kind of change up your character. I'm always changing. You know, like, all the time.
I mean, the way you change.
I change in like 5 seconds.
You're gonna say something and then I think 20 or 15. Do you know what? No, never mind. Yeah, I want this, and I'm like, okay, okay, Christy, we'll go. And it's fine. Do you know what? It's absolutely fine. At the end of the day, I think it's the joy relationship. You know, because imagine you have somebody, you're with someone, and they don't change at all. And what did you say? But it may be because that person don't have good foundation. Yeah. So we talked about it in a previous live, how foundations are from, they can come from like your family, how you were like raised. And it can come as well from what you see around you, what you seek. Because I feel like we forgot to mention this in the previous live. I feel like your foundation changes as well when you get older.
It does.
Because I use some of my mom's foundations, but I also have the fact that, okay, I'm grown now and I've experienced life a certain way, so I'm going to go with what I've learned on top. So that as well could cause the fact that your foundations are not stable. Oh, there's a lot of comments here. Wait, let's just have a look. With time and experience, you will be more careful in your approach.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, honestly, you will. I just think I want to also say something about how it might be scary for people to even find love let love find them. Hence why is they won't get as much experience, and they won't even have time to appreciate them, because it's scary. It's a very scary thing to love someone. Like a very, very scary thing.
It's pretty much like a life lesson. Like you have to wait for these lessons to come to you for you to learn.
A lady boss said, I call it growth rather than change because of your experience. And that is absolutely right. Like you cannot be wrong about this. Hello, Camille. You cannot be wrong about this. Like literally, this is so true. This is growth. And I was speaking with my friend actually, and we were saying that it doesn't matter as long as you like it, as long as this is your personal growth or this is what you want, you're gonna stick with it. Somebody else is gonna find it nice. Somebody's gonna find it wrong. At the end of the day, if it makes you happy, you love yourself. Just deal with it, and that's a principle of life. Don't
enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
don't worry about the future too much. Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy what you have with that person right now.
There's so much comments. Good foundations are the keys of the success, and for people who are praying God to be the center of their relationship. Yeah, that's also a nice thing, because we were also mentioning in the other live how your foundations also come from God just as much.
Yeah.
By accident. Oh, am I connected? I don't know.
Yeah,
I am. Sweet. It's God, if you're religious only, and I mean, I'm not trying to push somebody to become religious. Um, um oh, sorry. I'm just reading comments. Oh, hi, servant France d'Acosta. I can't see it. Hello, welcome. Oh, let me read. When you have your worth, you will not let anyone mess you up. Yeah, that's true. Mess with you, sorry. Mess up with you, yeah.
Know your worth and know your boundaries.
Yeah,
as well.
That's one thing. That's when I think before you find or search love, you need to love yourself. Because if you love yourself, you know your worth. If you know your worth, you know your boundaries. If you know all of these, you know what you want and you know what you don't want. That doesn't necessarily means that you're gonna go and search for love, but it also doesn't mean that you're gonna find love either. Like, find love is not gonna find you, but it just means you know where to stand in life, and you know what to accept and you know what not to accept.
Get to know yourself. Even if it's writing down questions or searching for questions, write down what you like and what you don't like, what you want and what you don't want. You know, write down, okay, do I want this in someone? Do I want that in someone? Like, write these down, get to really know yourself, and then you can move forward with it.
Oh, I'll just answer to this French comment. Just bear with me, sorry. So, the comment says hi Lolo, which is my nickname, and it says how are you? And oh, it's my grandma. And,
hey, Granny.
Oh, and she says she loves my hair. She loves it. Thank you. So I'm gonna tell her, coucou mamie, je vais bien. J'espère que toi tu vas bien. Et merci beaucoup. Et ma copine Christina, elle te fait un petit coucou. Elle a dit hi granny, ok? Bon, je te ferai un récapitulatif. Et tous ceux qui sont français sur le live, je vous ferai un récapitulatif, pardon, en français sur le feed. So, yeah. Let me go back to English now. I just kind of explained to her that I said hi. You said hi.
Oh,
yeah. I'll do like a French translation to what we're saying, because there was 2 French people. Okay, including my grandma. As we said last time, it's all about the communication that you have, and this is the true foundation. Yeah. I think also with love and in relationship, I just want to point this out, because we didn't really elaborate on the relationships. Oh, she said hi to you. We didn't really elaborate on the relationship just yet. But I generally feel like very sorry, I lost the thingy. Yeah, communication and love is one thing together. Like, I feel like if you don't have strong communication, a lot of things are gonna be misinterpreted, and then that's just gonna hurt one another, and then that's when you have fights and arguments and nonsense in couples, and then some couples break apart. Whereas if you were communicating a lot, if you were expressing your love through communication just as much as, caring, like kisses and buying things, I think relationships will be much stronger. And
I feel like the easiest thing is the hardest thing to do. like everyone says communication is key.
Yeah,
but it's actually
really
hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you
Really
even communicate with someone properly? And that goes with whoever you are with. It depends who you are with. It could be that the person you are with is a very shy person and you can't even talk with them, or they can't really say much because they don't know how to elaborate.
It depends on, you know, the person's love language, because sometimes it's not always communication.
And there's also love language, guys. There's so much stuff. There's so
much to learn, and we have a lot to learn.
I feel like we know some way too much, but then I feel like we're open to knowing more about what we know. I'm just gonna answer the comments because it's just flying. No one is perfect. You cannot expect to find Mr. and Mrs. Perfect. It's about you. It's about being able to sacrifice and be patient. That is so true. I realized this, I think last year. Last year or 2 years ago. Somebody was complaining about how their boyfriend was smoking weed, but they were really religious. Or it was something about smoking or consuming drugs. And then I was just looking at them like, well, at least they're not doing criminal things. I mean, I just realized that we can't have somebody perfect. Like, that person like was complaining about their boyfriend. The boyfriend is 10/10. Like, the boyfriend is an amazing guy. But the only issue is that he consumes drugs. And I was like, so you're gonna drop him because he's consuming drugs?
If he doesn't align with her morals, then yes, I guess so.
I feel like
we have this, I think because of movies and TVs, we grew up with this idea of like finding the one, finding Mr. Right, you know, finding like the Mr. right Perfect. Person. You know, it's like that whole Cinderella story that we all got brought up with. Yeah. And I feel like that's just not realistically correct.
I think, and that's what I'm saying. Now I'm scared because now that you mentioned this, there's a lot of people that grew up with this here. Oh, wait. To my fault. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry. Sorry. If you have spelling mistakes, it's okay. We understand.
It's okay. I understand.
She has the worst typos, so it's fine. I understand it. Oh, no communication will bring many unresolved issues.
Unresolved issues.
No communication will bring. Yeah, I get it. At the end of the day, if you were talking to somebody, or even if it don't matter if you communicate your thoughts, as long as you communicate your thoughts, there's no issue that can't be unresolved.
Yeah, and you should not be scared.
Oh yeah,
to also communicate. If you're in a situation where you feel like you're scared to communicate purely because of the other person or how they're going to react,
I think that's not a good relationship for you.
Yeah,
I think it's not.
Think twice.
Think twice about if you're scared because you can't say something to that person. That is a red flag. We call them red flags here.
Yeah, rethink.
Red flag.
In that situation.
Because how are you scared? Hi, Hedge Kinga. I'll just wave. How can you be scared to talk to your loved one? I mean, I feel like that's the thing with Mr. Perfect that you were saying, how we grew up with this whole I gotta have this Mr. Perfect thing, and then you're even scared to tell somebody that, okay, I don't like what you're doing like that, because you think that, okay, it's fine. And that's just like self-damage. I love it.
Yeah, I know. But that's kind of like an ideology that we put into our heads at a young age. You know, like find your prince or like find your princess.
Oh, yeah, your prince,
Prince Charming.
You're in the night charming armor.
Gosh. It's very damaging.
It is. Wait. Oh no, that was the translation. Thank you for translating, Gina MP. But I feel like in terms of the way we value things or we view things, it needs to be changed. Like, I agree with what you were saying, how we grew up with them, Mr. Perfect and Mrs. Perfect. Now, I have people on here that still have this value, like this ideal of like Mr. Perfect. But I feel like with our generation, it's more like, listen, as long as he loves me.
So it's like it's in the moment. You kind of just get it for a short period of time, and
I
then
think that's
that's
downside as well. We get it for the short period of time.
Generation.
Nobody even marries anymore.
No, like nobody wants to get married.
Yeah, and
because
that's scary.
Everyone's scared to get married.
And everybody's scared to love because apparently you love somebody in high school and that was toxic.
The thing is now is kind of like, I think with relationships, like love isn't involved. It's kind of like, okay, you can provide for me, you can look after me, you can allow me to have my own space. Love really doesn't have to be involved at all.
At this point, that's just a friend.
You literally have a roommate until you die. Like, I feel like everyone's looking for roommates at this point. No one's actually looking for a partner. You're looking for a roommate where you can go off on holiday, come back, and I don't know, do things here and there. But that's you have a roommate.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a love and hate relationship with your roommates. That is damn true.
That is true. You know.
I mean, I can relate because I have roommates. I have love-hate relationships.
Exactly.
It's a bit. Oh my! Wow! Now that you say it like this, I didn't see it like that.
You're literally living with your roommate. You know.
But it's the more lovable roommate because you're like, okay, I can.
It's only classed as more if you do more with them. But like true. Sometimes you could have a child with this person and it will still feel like a roommate. Like it doesn't feel like your husband or your wife. You know?
That is so true. I would like to take
that is so true.
I Lady Boss said. But I have to my dictionary. I don't know what's the other words, but I think I kind of got it. It's okay. We understand. It's all right. True talk, my dear people, have redefined the meaning of relationship.
They have. Like nobody knows what a relationship is anymore.
At this point, everybody is a situationship. That's the new word. Forget relationship. Put situationship.
Like no one knows. Like sometimes you think that you're in a relationship and you're not.
But that's the thing though, nowadays, and that's what scares me. Like I'm scared that my children grows in this as well. Like I want them to find their someone, and then I feel like I'm still with that the perfect couple thing, where it's like I just want them to find them someone. It doesn't matter even if they date until they find somebody, and then they get married. You know, like they actually go through the marriage.
Marriage is even scarier.
I know, but I just want them to be happy because let's not forget, marriage is an important thing. Like
but
in terms of legal, it's so important legally to get married because there's so many things that you can do with a couple. Whereas if you're single, it's harder to achieve, and that's what people don't think nowadays in our generation because anything is achievable. Yeah. You have billionaires now. They're 16. So they think that they can achieve anything.
Exactly.
Whereas there's still, by law, complications. Like if you want to do certain things, I can't give you one on top of my head. But if you want to do something, what's it called? If you want to do something legally, sometimes it's better if you were in a marital state, but I'm just fearing for the future, honestly.
At this point, I don't think, with my environment, nobody wants to get married because they have this fear of just being trapped. Like, a lot of people think that getting married is being trapped, and that is something that they don't want to get themselves involved in.
And that's, do you know what you just said just brings back to this? When you find love, you need to pour it and get it to grow and not fade it away. And that's probably one of the things that
as long as it takes two. It takes two.
It takes two.
I think people are scared because it's just
that
one person.
Fade away. Oh yeah, that's another issue.
It's always usually that one person who makes more effort than the other.
That's true.
And so,
but then I do feel like there's another thing where it's like they're scared that the love will die out, or they're scared that they get tired of the person that they're with, and that's why I think people just search for love because they're like, okay, I'm gonna have this character, I'm gonna have this person. Like, I know that if it's tall, muscly, and it has this job and it has this car, I'm never gonna leave him. Do you get me? Whereas if you let it find you, you're just worried that one day I'm just gonna, I'm not. I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna wake up, like I'm gonna open my eyes and I'm gonna like, oh, no, you're ugly. Do you know?
I mean, I guess, you know what? It's hard. It's hard. It's like a game. It's like a game.
It is a game. It's a business. It's a gamble.
It's a gamble, and you have to take risks.
Take risks. You know? At the end of the day, life needs to be lived accordingly. I do believe that we're set on Earth to look after the planet, of course, because that was our main job. The second one is to reproduce. And then the third one is also to obviously share the word of God. But then if you're not Christian or Muslim or religious altogether, you can remove that out of your life and then start thinking about fulfill something on this earth that's going to make you, and it's going to make the whole world beneficial. Like they're going to benefit from it, basically, if that makes sense. Because when you share the word of God, you're basically doing it for the whole world so that they can benefit from it. So these are supposed to be the three things. Now, if we can't even look after the planet, Mother Earth is dying. We can't even marry. What do we do with the last one?
And the birth rate is declining.
Oh yeah, the birth rate is also declining.
It's declining.
What are we gonna? Can we even try to do something that's beneficial for everyone in this world? If it's not being in love with each other, because we can't even sometimes, and I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Sometimes we don't even love ourselves.
We really don't.
I feel like the purpose of living at this point is useless. You're
pretty much like an organism, like floating about.
A walking dead.
And that's it. And hoping for the best.
Walking dead. But once again, value and prayer is important. Yeah, I do think even if you're not religious, somehow you do fall back to prayer. It don't even matter. You just know that there's a higher being up there, and then you just, because that's the only thing to do when you need answers.
It's the only thing that you can really do.
Yeah.
The only thing.
Do you know, even the people that don't believe in God, when they're like on their deathbed or they're praying, they're like, oh God, why me? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's a normal thing for us to do. That's why it's like the three things in life we're supposed to like reproduce, protect the planet, and then what's it called? Protect the planet and what did I say? Protect the planet and share the word of God. But it doesn't have to be. It could be that okay, you will live in the afterlife, or no, protect your soul at all costs, kind of thing. Like protect your soul. That's another thing. I think that's part of love as well. I think people can't fight. Do you know what? I'm gonna go back to what Lady Boss said. How do you know if it's real love? From the moment that you don't know how to look after your own soul, I don't think you found love. And that's deep, but it's true.
How do you find it? How do you know?
I think from the moment that you haven't you haven't looked after your soul, or you even once, like, you know, casually, like, give a hope to your soul, you haven't touched love.
I feel like, you know, when it comes to love, I feel like you only really love maybe that 5 minutes or the 10 minutes.
I'm saying. I think we need to go deeper.
The 1 month.
Yeah, we need to go deeper before going outside. Because I'm just going to bring one verse, because that's the only verse I know, and that's the verse I've been growing up ever since with, is love thy neighbor as yourself. Now, I'm sorry for the word I'm going to use, but how the hell are you going to use this phrase and say, oh yeah, I love myself? You don't like your neighbor, first of all. You don't even like your neighbor. And then you say that you love yourself. But do you really love yourself? Like inside you? Like
all of you.
All of you. And your soul. That's what I'm saying. I think it all goes back to from the moment you don't treat your soul right, and it can be anything, even if it's not religion. Let's not forget, I'm being very open-minded here. Even if it's not religion, if you're the chakra, and if you're all about the mental and all the meditation, if you're in all about this, hi Lisa, if you're in all of this as well, not only just pray and stuff, you need to feed your soul before feeding your body of love, before feeding the rest of the world of your love. And then that's when you know the true meaning of love. I think I'm going to raise my case on that.
So, true meaning of love is loving oneself.
Yeah, because from the moment you love yourself, it's easier to pick up on, yeah, that's love. No, that's using. No, that's abuse. Do you get it? Because some people sometimes they're still forgetting that there's abuse around. Like there's actual.
People will see abuse as love, and it's crazy.
Oh, I've got questions. Let's see. Would people be scared about love? Oh my days.
You know what? Oh, what's the question?
Yeah, that one.
Why would people be scared about love when you know what you are settling for? Because
love is. Go on.
Okay.
No, go on.
I think it's more so, it's less about you and it's fair about the other person.
Yeah.
Because you will have this expectation for this person to kind of deliver on what your idea of love is. And if they don't deliver that idea, it kind of shatters that kind
true.
of
and then
image.
And then you feel slowly like, oh my days.
You think, okay, because this person hasn't had, they haven't,
yeah,
you know, they haven't really kind of, how can you say it? They haven't really shown me that my idea of love, that they're not the one for me.
Yeah, you know? And that's probably when you start shutting down and you're like, I guess this is not love. And people, you know, that's another thing when I was saying earlier, expectations. I was trying to look for the word expectations. When you have expectations in life, you get disappointed. It doesn't matter. And I'm gonna say here once when you have expectations in whatever you do, you get disappointed. It don't matter. Even if the expectations got meet, like they met, whatever you're doing met the expectations, you'll still get disappointed. Because in your head you're like, oh yeah, I'm expecting, for example, it's your birthday tomorrow and you're expecting like your family to call, everybody calling, somebody sending you flowers, somebody sending you chocolate. Your birthday arrived, only your mom called, only your sister, and maybe your uncle because you remembered. You're gonna get shattered because you're like, yeah, I expected everybody to call me and everything.
I think to be kinder to yourself, stop putting certain pressure and expectations on other people. I think that's something that everyone needs to really do. Yeah. Like, I think you say love and you think roses and you think teddy bears and you think, you know, you have this image, everyone has this image, you know, and it's kind of like, stop putting that expectation on the other person. And I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair,
because
exactly.
You need to understand that other people have lived different lives. They don't really know what love is, or maybe they experienced love before and then lost it and don't want to go back to it again. You know?
And that's the reason why, that's one of the reasons why I think we're both agreeing on it. That's one of the reasons why people will be scared to love, because they have too much expectations. And I was actually talking about it, I think a year or two ago. Like I had the topic just like that. Stop having expectations. Honestly, we're gonna put it here. That's the reason why people are scared to love.
Set boundaries for yourself,
but not for others.
Yeah, not for others. Set boundaries for yourself and stop putting love on a pedestal. Stop idolizing love.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have flower. Oh, that's another thing. Stop being materialistic. Don't be a material girl or boy. Don't. Yeah. Because nowadays people don't. We know there's different type of loves, so not everyone is gonna show you love with flowers, chocolate, shoes, or whatever. People are gonna show you love by speaking to you. People are gonna show you love by picking you up or like reflecting upon something that you said to them, or somebody is going to show you love by simply saying thank you. And let's not forget that a thank you is also a form of love. And that's the important thing. I'll just go back to don't put love on a pedestal. Don't put it on. And forget about materialistic things. At the end of the day, you're not even going to go with it in your coffin. So forget it. Literally, forget it. So that's one. I think that's one of the reasons why. There's so many other reasons. One more question. Yeah, there's another question. I'll elaborate on it because it's 10 minutes.
What kind
of... I love this question. Okay, so this one. What can you advise to people fighting to find somebody?
Don't fight.
Wait, there's a reason why some people fight to find somebody. I think there's past relationships. You know how people go into relationships? I don't know how... I won't say. We're still young anyways.
We're still young.
Don't have any wedding relationship.
We could do the exact same podcast right now in like 10 years time and have completely different views. She could be married.
Yeah, and have 5 kids.
And I could still be the same. So but yeah, go with your point.
What I was gonna say is the reason why this person might be fighting is because past relationship, and this is an adult asking this, as in a mother, I'm sure, a mother who obviously had relationships before. So 5 years or 10 years or 2 years relationship. And the reason why they're fighting is because these relationships in the past, they thought it was going to work. They always thought it was going to work. They probably also fell in love. You know, let's not forget that love is there. And I think you can love unconditional. Like, you can always love.
You can always love.
You can always love. That's one thing I wanted to say. I just remembered. But if they're fighting, it's because they really want it. At this point, they're like, do you know what? I want somebody to end my life with. You know, like how you want to grow old, but you don't want to grow old alone. I think I'm gonna put it in this context because I know the person who asked. Pray about it. Just pray about it. I'm gonna say pray about it. I think you need to deepen your love for yourself, and I'll go back to what I said before. Strengthen your love for your soul. I think it starts from there because your soul is you. If you can't have a conversation with you in your head, if you can't have a conversation with yourself inside you, and then you can't even like the conversation that you have with you, then you don't love yourself. Like, you need to go in deep inside you and be like, yeah, hi, Lord, hi.
Be comfortable with the idea of being by yourself. It's not a nice thing. Like, it's not a nice thing to have this idea that, okay, for the rest of my life now, that I'm going to be by myself. You know, you can search, but don't fight. I feel like don't ever fight for something.
Yeah, don't.
Because one, it's going to end in you being in a relationship
that you don't even want.
That you don't even want, or a relationship worse than what you thought it would be.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or two, you're going to be fighting against nothing. You're pretty much fighting against you yourself.
That's why you said you have to start with you instead of fighting to find someone. Fight yourself. What can you improve? Because we always think, yeah, we're good, but sometimes it's actually stuff deeper that we probably need to
ask yourself questions.
Yeah, talk to yourself.
Ask yourself questions and write it down.
Yeah,
literally write it down.
Look at yourself and see what you don't like, see what you want to improve. I don't know, if it's a hair color, change hair. If it's your eyebrows, go thinner. If it's I don't know, you want to wear pink all week.
Experiment with yourself, and then before you know it, maybe you might come across somebody.
Like, hey, mama, how you doing?
Exactly.
Hey.
We're not saying change yourself to find someone. We're saying change yourself for you. So then, if someone comes across you, then it will be the right time.
Wait, what was it? You need to heal your past wound before searching for love. Yes. I don't even have to say anything about it. This point on its own is just, Let it shine.
Learn from your past. I feel like, I know it might sound weird, but I feel like, you know, for someone who's been through life and have been in and out of relationships, maybe got married, got divorced, met someone, or it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because then you will like learn and you will know, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is kind of what I learned, because I learned that from my mom. 100%.
I think I learned that
I learned from my mom, and she would tell me stories. She would tell me stories and lessons, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch out for this. Yeah. Okay. Definitely. I'm gonna search for this. Okay, I know this, and that.
Oh yeah. I was supposed to put the end of like no music. I just thought my phone died. Wait, hold on. But you're absolutely right about that. Like, you're absolutely right about how what's it called? You have you have to like learn from your past. I think it's so important that you learn from your past. It's so important. I have one more question. I don't want to like leave the live and then leave the live and not answer it.
Let's see.
Which one was it? Do you think that your generation what love is? Oh, I don't know, do you?
Our generation.
I think, do you know what? I'll answer very quickly. I think they do, but they don't. And no, do you know what? I think they do, but they don't, because I said loving conditionally. Loving conditionally is a thing where you can keep on loving and loving. Sometimes you say, "Oh yeah, my heart is broken. I'm never gonna love again." It's like you love somebody again. There you go. And the thing is, our generation,
we're still young. Yeah. Like, we're still learning, and we're learning from the internet. We're learning from different social medias. We're learning from our parents, grandparents. Yeah, literally. You know, like, we're still young, and we're learning from so many different sources and so many different people that is kind of, there's so many definitions underneath the word love that we don't really understand just
and we
yet.
Get scared because of that. And I think we don't really understand love. We think we do, and we think we experienced it, because, well, I'm not gonna lie, we've all been into a relationship way before 16, or at least at 16, and then we say, "Oh yeah, that's the love of my life," and then after that, toxic relationship, because they were all toxic. Have you realized that all relationship from 15 to 16 or 17 are toxic?
I feel like it is toxic, but I feel like that's the first love you will feel, because that's the first time you will have those emotions.
But now that people are like, yeah, I've experienced love before, I don't want it.
I don't know. You'll get like, you know, I don't know. I would say also, we grew up going to school, and when you go to school, you get taught 1 + 1 is 2, and that's the answer. And because we don't really have a standard answer for what love is, it's kind of confusing. So you're kind of just finding like your own way, your own path. So ask us when we're 50 and see what happens.
Honestly, yeah, literally, ask us when we're 50. I wish I could.
And then ask us when we're 100, because
I'm gonna, yeah. No, in fact, no, not 50. Ask us like in 10 years time. And then another 10 years.
Yeah, keep asking us
every 10 years and see, because I feel like my views now has changed, and I'm actually grateful that I'm more open-minded to it, because I think I was so restricted into like church views of like living, but now I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I guess you can love, and I guess you can, you know, not fall in love, or I guess you can have a partner, or I guess you don't. But in the end, I think, just to literally point it out and say how it is, you could find love, or you could let love find you. But let's not forget that you must work with yourself first. That's the true love. I think that's the true love that you need in your life.
And it might be an answer that you don't like, or it might be an answer that you hear all the time, like, find love in yourself, you know, it's within. But it really is true.
Oh no, it's real.
It's really, really true.
From the moment that you love yourself, things get really easy. Things get easy. You see people out there so confident. Like, sometimes I just like, God damn, I wish. But because they love themselves.
Exactly.
They love themselves, and you achieve better things when you love yourself and then you confident. Like, you shine better. I said it before. You